Hello, happy Saturday. We have a beautiful fall day today. It is, I don't know if you guys can see, rainy, cold. It's like 44 degrees out. Soccer was canceled this morning, which, yes. It was not going to be a fun day at the field. So we have candles burning, I have essential oils going, cuddled up in my favorite sweatshirt, and decided that what more perfect of a day than to make a crock-pot meal for dinner. So I have a recipe that I actually found in my SlowCooker liner box for, let me see, SlowCooker sausage lasagna. So it's very nice and warm and comforting, and it only takes 4 hours. So we are about to have lunch in a little bit, so I decided I would pop this in the crock pot and take you guys along. So if you guys want to see this recipe, just keep watching. So these are the ingredients that you need for this recipe. As always, I'm not going to follow it to a T. Feel free to if you want to. So first and foremost, I am obsessed with these SlowCooker liners. Cleanup is literally 5 seconds, and I love them. Plus, thank you to that box for this recipe, because that's where I found this. I got some oven-ready lasagna noodles, a bag of mozzarella, garlic powder, oregano, and Italian seasoning. It calls for basil, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use Italian seasoning instead and a little bit less oregano. I have a can of crushed tomatoes, a can of tomato puree, a container of whole milk ricotta, some sweet Italian sausage. My grocery store did not have ground sausage, so I'm just going to take this out of the casing. And then Romano grated cheese. So it looks really easy, looks yummy, so here we go. So here I decided to put the Reynolds wrap crockpot liner in before I forgot. I have done this a time or two before, so I just wanted to pop that liner in, and I love these because they are so easy to clean up. I just got out a medium-sized non-stick skillet, and I'm gonna put my sausage in this and just brown it up. So I skipped over the footage of getting it out of the casing because nobody wants to see that. But here I am just crumbling it up with a flat-edged wooden spatula spoon, and I just let it go over medium-high heat. Here you can see it's pretty much cooked through. And the rest of this recipe is really dump and go. So here I am adding a 14.5 ounce can of crushed tomatoes, next we're going to add in the 14.5 ounce can of tomato puree, and then we're just going to add some oregano and Italian seasoning. Mix it up, and you don't even have to cook the sauce because it's going to cook in the crock pot for the 4 hours. So you're pretty much done at this point with the sauce. The recipe calls for 6 lasagna noodles, so here you just see me breaking them roughly in half. It doesn't have to be perfect, they're just going to get stacked up in the crock pot. Here I'm just putting together the cheese mixture, and the recipe calls for 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, and then I'm going to add 1 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese. After having tasted this, I would recommend putting a little bit less ricotta, but it's totally personal preference. I also like to season each layer, so I did add a little bit of salt and pepper to the cheese mixture. Yesterday, there was sun and there was And the third cheese, which I almost forgot to add into the cheese mixture, is just a cup of grated Parmesan or Romano cheese. And just mix this thoroughly, and there's your cheese mixture. So now it was time to assemble, and this part was really easy. You put a third of your sauce mixture and just ladle it right into the bottom. Then you're gonna place a layer of your lasagna noodles. You're gonna place half of your cheese mixture and just spread that out, and then repeat. And then for the very top, you're gonna see me sprinkle a little bit of extra Romano cheese, and that was it. And then you just cover it up and cook it for 4 hours. So I just popped the lid on my crock pot, set it to low, and let it cook for 4.5 hours. So here's the aftermath. So I am gonna clean up my kitchen so that when we come back from our little hike we have planned, it's all set and we can just sit down and have dinner. So when I'm cleaning up my kitchen, I tend to load my dishwasher first. I'll put the soap in and get that going while I clean up any pots and pans or any hand washing dishes. And I usually just leave my dishes to dry on a dish mat on the counter and let them air dry. And you can see my 2 crazy kiddos running around in the background. And here I'm just using the Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose counter spray in the scent Honeysuckle. I am obsessed with this scent. I love it. I actually bought a refill concentrate mix, and I've been using that to refill this bottle. So I'm just going to wipe down the counters, make sure everything's clean. And as you can see, my dishes are piled high on the right-hand side of the sink. I really like this Mrs. Meyer's spray because not only does it leave my counters nice and clean, but I can use it to clean my flat top stove, and it works perfectly. I've never found another cleaner that doesn't leave streaks, so this one is my go-to at the moment. And here is my kitchen, all nice and clean. The kitchen already started to smell good from that lasagna in the crock pot. And I love knowing that we could go out, have our hike, and come back to just dinner and no more cleaning. Alright, we just got back from a hike. We're a little chilly. I'm so excited. This smells so good. Look at that. I'll show you guys a clip of what it looks like plated up. We're just serving it with a garden salad and our favorite Italian dressing. These are the kiddos' plates. It looks super good, smells delicious. So, hopefully, thumbs up. So definitely something I would make again. It was really good.